Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
We're back this week at the Palacio de Congresos, the Marbella Exhibition Centre, because upstairs we do have the Foreigners Department, which is the department just for us foreigners. If we want to ask questions, if we need help, if we want to organise an event, or if we want to anything to do with being a foreigner living in Marbella, this is where you want to come. So join me now and I'm going to show you the way. Well, this is the main entrance hall of the Palacio de Congresos. Here behind me is the office where you would come to get your free bus pass. And now, before we go upstairs to the foreigners office, I'm going to go through to where we're going to be holding this year's United Nationalities of Marbella Summit on the 16th of November. So once we're through these doors, this is where we'll be holding our event. The idea is that we'll have our food and everything set up on the bars like they're doing now for the event that's coming up here today. And then behind the columns here is where we're going to be putting all the stalls. So the charities will have all their stalls here and all the different activities that have to do with technology, artificial intelligence, and things for our youngsters to get involved with, not just to have a good time, but perhaps also for a future career. And then all the tables will be set up here. And this is where we'll be sitting and having our interactive event, which this year is 100% centered on our kids, their opportunities, so that they want to stay in Marbella. And even if they leave to study, they'll have something to come back to. Anyway, now let's go upstairs to the Foreigners Department and start this week's Marbella Now.
Let the feeling into your soul. Let it set you on your way. No need to hesitate. Time to make a change. There'll be no trouble.
I'm delighted to welcome as our first guest this week, Chiara Cantone, molto bene, Montecatini, yes, a lovely Italian young lady who now lives here in our community in Marbella. Chiara is all about golf, making it fun and making it simple. So I'm delighted to be able to chat with Chiara now about how it's so much fun and so simple. Chiara, welcome to the program.
Thank you to have me, Nicole.
It's a pleasure. It's nice to have you back, and we're going to actually be having you on a regular basis because Marbella is all about golf, and ladies golf is really taking off.
Yes, it's becoming very famous and I'm very happy about it.
We've just had the Solheim Cup here, which was like the female riders' cup.
Exactly.
Weird that we have to make that comparison. Did you manage to get to the event? Tell us a bit about it.
I went it on Thursday because I want to see the girls, I want to see them practicing and how nice they set up the venue and the course, because the following days, I suppose, and it has been very crowded.
That was so nice, though, that so many people have come and it's been such a success. You're very community spirited. You were involved in the World Wellness Weekend, which again, I think Marbella has won the prize for the most events.
We won.
It's absolutely fabulous. So tell us what you did for that, how you participated.
Well, I was a golf ambassador, so I was giving for free healthy golf lesson at Magna Marbella Golf, where I'm based, and then I was helping, obviously, about the logistic of the event, which was really, really a nice surprise, because obviously Friday was quiet, but then Saturday and Sunday, lots of people came, and it was really nice, this wellness atmosphere, and how everybody was participating. It was really emotional.
How long have you been in Marbella?
18 years. Madam.
18 years. Se dice pronto, no? 18 years. Your progress, the progression of your career. Tell us a little bit about how when you settled in here and to where you got to now.
Well, I arrived as a sport physio And I always work in sports, but it was volleyball, football, and basketball. Then when I came here, obviously, I noticed so many golf courses around, and I was shocked. So I started to look about the swings of the players, and they looked quite violent, quite aggressive, and I thought, ooh, there is a lot of work for a physio here. So I made a research, and nobody of my colleagues were really specialized in golf injuries. So I said, there's a niche that is not covered. So I came twice, another time in Marbella, and I looked a little bit more deeper, if I could stay, if I could find a job, and here we are. I started to take some lessons to understand the biomechanics of the swing, you know, where it hurts, which muscle do you use, and I just felt in love with it, and because I came from volleyball as a professional, I'm not scared about practice and discipline and all that things. So little by little, I improved my handicap, which your level in golf, enough to go to Madrid and get certificate as a golf teacher in the 2012. So now I match these two job, and I look after golfer in Costa del Sol.
Well, congratulations, because you really have followed your dreams and your intuition. And a lot of people say, oh, they're so lucky and they do so well.
Yes.
But there's 18 years invested in this, getting this together, and as you say, finding the niche and then studying that so you could then be the professional that you are today.
Exactly, day by day.
And now you give golf lessons to people who are just starting, as well as doing the physio for golfers. But tell us a bit about your format, because you have a unique way of teaching golf, which I am going to start doing myself. I'm going on Saturday mornings when you're having these group lessons for us beginners. So I normally say I'm going to do everything and then I don't do anything. But this one, bear witness, I will be there on Saturday and I will be showing you my progression.
Yeah, it'll be
So
fun.
tell us a bit about these Saturday mornings to start with.
Well, it actually is Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
And it's the ladies golf group. And it's very nice. Because, you know, normally ladies, they always put themselves at the last position, family, job, dogs, baby first, and then maybe there's time for themselves. But so when they come at the ladies group, you really see them having fun, like when they were a child. And I have surprises this year because I learned through the process. On Saturday the lesson will be in English, and on Sunday in Spanish, because there's still, unfortunately, a little bit of problem with the language. And you know, when it's technical, when it's a golf lesson, sometimes you really need to listen from your language. So we decided to do 2 days. And but it's not just golf, because you meet ladies, new friends, you have fun because you forget your life and you just have fun. And then it's included in the lesson a nice breakfast upstairs at Magna Cafe. So you can meet new ladies, you can do networking, you can promote your business. So it gives you a lot.
It does sound like very exciting and a lot of fun. I do remember that I once went on a business trip and I was in the States, and we were lucky we were in Myrtle Beach again, very nice golf courses, and I found myself having to be doing these 18 rounds of golf, 18 holes of golf. But I had to say, it was really enjoyable, the relaxing.
Exactly.
I mean, I wasn't very good and I had blisters all over my hands because I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I defended myself because I grew up watching my dad play golf, going to the driving range and playing golf. So, but it really is, I see that if you do it the correct way, you can avoid a lot of the pain and a lot of like dislocating shoulders.
Yeah. It can be very harming, golf. But being a physio, I have developed a healthy method. So everybody that carry on with our method or learn with our method doesn't go through those type of injuries. And is easy, because if it's simple, it's easy and it's fun. because you don't get stressed to learn difficult position, which is normally what happens when you take a golf lesson. There's some teacher that they still make it too difficult. Yeah, like you have to play the Ryder Cup. We don't have to play the Ryder Cup. We just have to have fun, stay with our family, stay with our friend, with our colleagues, and just, as you say, play 18 holes and enjoy the nature. And then if you want to get better, you invest more time, but you don't need to start like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, do it to, exactly, make friends, do something different, do a few lessons, see if it's for you. It's always nice to try things out. You don't have to commit a lifelong commitment.
Exactly.
But I imagine one does have to practice in between lessons.
As everything, if you want to get better, you need to get your focus there. But here in Marbella, we have almost 365 days of sun, and golf is a good excuse to enjoy them.
Yeah, and a nice way to just change that routine, do something different. And we have lovely golf courses with lovely golf clubs. I've been to the Magna, been to the driving range. It's very nice.
Very nice.
So it's easy to park, which is a big
No excuses.
plus. Exactly, there's no excuses. Yes, there's no excuses. Oh dear.
Yeah. No, you know.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, if you would like to join Spanish on Sunday mornings, Saturday mornings for the English speak language for ladies golf, this is a beginners group, as I'm understanding, getting us all together.
I would say any levels, because lady comes for different reasons. They come to see what this golf is. They come to meet other ladies that are playing golf. So then it is happening. Then they go play together. They go practice together, or they just come for business.
And if you want a private lesson or to do like a company initiative
Packages.
with your players, exactly, Chiara Cantone is the girl. Eccola qua.
Eccola qua.
Molto bene, molte grazie.
Prego.
Okay, Chiara is there for golf lessons. Don't go away, because we'll be back with more in just a moment.
Hey, hey.
Hero, welcome here
at the Gaucho de Banús.
Hey, hey.
I am delighted to welcome our next guest back to the program. Her name is Sorana Filipescu, and she is from Biomagnetismo Marbella. When we first met a few years ago, I'd never heard of biomagnetism, and it was only through Sorana that I knew what it was. And through the last few years, come to appreciate how effective it is. Sorana, welcome back.
Thank you, Nicole.
Nice to see you. You've been all over the place. It's been ages since we. Tell us a bit about where you've come back from.
It has been ages because last month I decided to take 1 month off and to travel a little bit around the world. So I went to Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Hong Kong, and back home.
And you literally just landed.
I just arrived back.
Well, I'm amazed that you're here and you're open and you know that you're talking in English. You're on television.
Yes. I can hardly realize that because I have still the jet lag, but...
And such exotic places. I mean, Marbella is exotic, it's lovely. But then how lovely to be able to go and travel and see all those different places. What did you like most about your trip?
Well, most of all, it's getting out of one place and traveling. I love traveling, so the moment you board on a plane, you feel like I'm free again. So the trip started and we arrived to Dubai and a couple of days in Dubai. The best place of traveling is seeing different cultures and seeing the perspectives of how they focus on life and focus on their lifestyle and their rhythm. It's impressive to cope with all that. When you're traveling a couple of days, you're not realizing how people live in a place. But when you're staying like 1 month in a certain place and have friends there and like trying to mingle with them, you start like absorbing their, I don't know, culture and
the energy, the whole vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the best thing is that you get yourself like you have like una impronta,
like a flash of a video. Yeah,
it's not. It's you start being like one of them, and starting with the food. When you start eating their types of food, you start like being like them, thinking like them, and that's impressive. I like it. And this time I went to Vietnam, and I never went to that place before. I loved it. It's still trying to cope with all the tourism wave because it's relatively new.
But an experience in
but
itself.
It's a very good experience. I loved it.
You've also traveled since we first met for your career for biomagnetism.
Yes.
And you've been practicing over in the States and what have you, but it's really nice that you're back because I want to come for a visit. When I first went to visit you, the thing that amazed me was how that I would get so bloated. And yet after a session with you, the difference was noticeable. Shame that I didn't do the follow-up sessions as one should do, because then it gets...
Shame on you.
Yes, shame on me, more long-lasting results. But that really amazed me that magnets could have that effect on the body. Can you explain to people who perhaps haven't heard of biomagnetism before what it entails and why your therapy can be so helpful?
Well, biomagnetism is an alternative medical approach, and is different from all other like herbs and other alternative practices, because we're trying to reestablish a bioenergetical balance in our cells through the correct placement of medium high intensity strength magnets on specific parts of the body. By placing them, we will achieve a balance, a pH balance in that area, in the cells. And pH balance leads to homeostasis. Homeostasis is that state of well-being of the body, while the body has its innate force, when the innate force is reestablished to fight against all the invaders that are pathogens. Because actually that's our immunity. Our immunity is the ability of our body to fight against all other external compounds like microbes, to fight and to rebalance itself. So by placing those magnets in those specific areas where we find imbalances, we re-give the body the ability to heal itself. So this therapy leads to a better oxygenation of the body, increased blood circulation, and through blood circulation all the nutrients are better distributed to our cells, so we are better nourished, and we achieve a better
well-being all round.
Well-being, exactly.
When I think of magnets, I think of metals. So is it that we have metals in our body that we're pulling around with these magnets?
No,
how does that work?
We don't have metal, but our blood has a certain particle of iron that can be magnetized, and we can shift around the ions and the hydrogen ions in order to achieve that balance. That's the balance of the pH. So whenever we have pH imbalances, lead in the end accumulate and lead to physical symptoms and syndromes. So we can notice that we are more debilitated and vulnerable when our pH is imbalanced. So by achieving to regulate all this, we can achieve a better health. for example, when you travel, as I have been traveling so much, you encounter a lot of other microbes that you are not used to. And by eating different restaurants, by eating certain foods, our body has to cope with all this. And if your body is not, if you don't have a proper nutrition, if you have different, emotional stress, and you are not balanced, this coping system, it's more difficult, the body has it more difficult to rebalance. So that's why certain times we are different. We can go on a trip and you can get sick and I don't. And it's because this immunity, that I have a better immunity system than you, and you will have the symptoms sooner. So by treating it immediately with magnets, we rebalance our body so it can recope with everything faster. And for example, in areas where a bacteria has to, a bacteria needs an acidic environment to develop, and you balance that part out, you will eliminate it faster.
It's amazing how this pH and the balance acidity, alkalinity, I think most of us are completely unaware that our bodies are like swimming pools, basically.
Exactly.
That if you don't have the right acidity or alkalinity, then you can grow green funguses on a pool. Is it similar in our bodies?
Of
that
course.
If we're off balance, that we're just harboring bacteria and funguses and bad stuff?
Of course. Our body, it's the best way to function is when it has a natural, neutral state. I mean, it shouldn't be acid and it shouldn't be alkaline. A lot of people say, oh, I have to drink alkaline water, or it's not helping. You have to have a balanced diet, and it's all in the balance where we have all the help. So
you specialize in biomagnetism, but you also, you're always studying, always doing exams. You do a lot to do with nutrition.
Of course.
And all the different, I don't like the word holistic, but it does explain that it covers all the different facets of the being. And so you obviously see that it's a combination of everything. One thing is to do with biomagnetism, another thing is to then also check what you're eating. And as you wouldn't give a plant Coca-Cola, perhaps we shouldn't be drinking the same ourselves. Just being a bit more aware, perhaps.
It's sad, but nowadays medicine is really focused, and okay, I will give you a pill to take care of your symptom, but we don't treat the root cause, and the root cause is actually our nutrition, because we are what we eat. And as you said, we wouldn't give a plant Coke, then why should we drink it? It's fundamental, and I think that's the core problem. What we eat, that's what's making us sick. And nowadays we have so many, the food is
preservatives, and so many things in
yes.
it. When you read the list of things, now even bugs are included in our basic diets.
All the time suggest eat what you recognize. You can recognize a piece of meat, but you could not recognize, I don't know, maybe a hamburger or maybe some chips, because you don't know what they are made of. So it's better all the time to eat what we can recognize, what we have on the table and on the plate, and to have all the time trying to eat like our ancestors. Try to eat more vegetables, try to eat more raw things, because in the raw things we have all the enzymes, and the enzymes are so important for all the metabolic interchanges and stimulate our metabolism. So more vegetables that are also, everything that's green is more alkaline. And now you will say, yeah, but you said alkaline is not, too alkaline is not good. But if you have more, vegetable diets, more green diet, this alkaline part is like contrasting from all the other things that we're eating during the day.
Are there tests that one can do, like you do on a swimming pool, and you take the test? Is there tests for our own bodies to see
how alkaline,
alkaline or acid
we
are?
have this paper strips that we can test our urine, and we can see how, if we are more acidic or more alkaline. That's one point to see it. Or you can come and see me, and I can test you, and I can see how your body's pH is. That will be very fun to do, for example, in one session. We can record it, and you can see how actually a session
before and after.
Exactly.
You're on. That
Yes.
sounds like a plan. Watch this space. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. I think so people can actually appreciate the effects that biomagnetism can have. I liked it because I felt that it was inobtrusive. There was nothing like scary about it. In fact, it was very relaxing.
Yes, it's not
and shocking actually to see the results. I was very surprised.
Yeah, you can see the results actually after the first session. You feel lighter. Some people that came with the headaches or with dizziness, they get out better. Digestive system have a very good response to it, because by balancing the gut area, you can all the time neutralize those bad pathogens that are, and we can start eliminating them. And of course, after that, I will suggest you how to flush everything. I mean, what to include in our diet, what plants to take, or what special, oils or natural ingredients you can take to help your body detoxify.
Sounds like a plan. Really good. Get an appointment now. Go and see Serana Biomagnetismo and get the feedback of what your body's up to. Certainly worth a try. I would say I've tried it myself and very impressed. So very surprisingly impressed. No, because we hear about newfangled things, and when we don't understand a process, it does sound incredulous that something that simple could be so effective. But having tried it myself, go give it a go. Serana, thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole.
Look forward to the next time.
Okay, me too.
Don't go away, because back with more of what's going on in Marbella right now in a second.
Hey, hey.
Zero Hero, welcome to Marbella! Yay!
Zero Hero, welcome to Nuestras.
Hey, hey.
Zero Hero!
Welcome to Síguenos.
Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Hey, hey.
It's amazing how sometimes things have a way of just working themselves out and falling into place. I'm saying that because this week's CIT Marbella Guest of the Week is somebody that I've been wanting to get in contact with. His name's Sabi, and he's from Logi School. Their school teaches programming and all technological things for youngsters, well, youngsters from 6 to 18 years old particularly. And with our United Nationalities of Marbella Summit this year, focusing on AI, technology, and the opportunities for the future for our children in this field, what a great moment to welcome Sabi back to the program. So nice to see you. I'm delighted that it's your turn to come to the program.
Thank you very much, Nico, for the invitation, and I really appreciate the opportunity to talk about the importance of digital skills.
Well, when I first met you, I really didn't understand what it is you were teaching. Such is my ignorance to new technologies. And yet I've come to realize over the years, and seeing my grandchildren and the way they're, handling all the different apps and turning on televisions and finding what they want, that this is actually the world that we're living in, that we really need to be appreciative of what it is and get involved, and our kids involved.
Absolutely. So I think kids have nothing to do with technology, and nowadays without any further help and assistance of an adult. Because if they're going to grow up with digital devices in their hands, who's going to control the content what they are consuming? The biggest fear of the parents actually today is what content are they consuming at the same time? And now I'm questioning the screen time of their kids. Is a big limitation during the weekdays, and on a weekend, who knows what they are consuming. So I would say we don't have to afraid of their screen time. The biggest question is what type of content they are consuming during that time, and what are they doing? Because most of the kids, what we just discovered, they passively using, apps, TikTok, whatever, video games and stuff, without a supervision. And that can be also dangerous. While at the same time, in our school, we convert these passive users to be active creators of a digital world. So they will understand how to communicate with computers, how to create their own content, and basically this is, I think, the key not to have problems with the screen time and limitations. So it's not going to be a problem between parents and kids. Oh, again, what are you doing with your screen time again? So we can control their screen time there.
I imagine also if you're being taught how to use and apply this technology as a child, that they're also learning the etiquette of being online and how to protect themselves from falling into these scams and traps that otherwise a child would be very vulnerable.
Absolutely, and I agree with your statement. So, for example, from 2021 at Logi School, we started to talk about AI and how to use it responsibly, and we explain also to the kids how does it work. So, we are not riding the wave of the ChatGPT. It published November 2022, almost a year ago, and many people started to talk about it and stuff. So basically I feel like at Logi School we are trendsetters. We are not following trends. We already talked about AI way before ChatGPT just came out, and I think kids are vulnerable in that sense. So we are talking about cybersecurity and how to use, for example, applications, how to set up passwords, how to use Google Maps and everything in a proper way. So they will understand the functionality of all these applications, and they will communicate in a proper way in the digital world.
I like that you have presential classes that you have placed in Marbella and San Pedro, which is really nice. That's a new one, the San Pedro one, right? I don't remember we had that last time, so congratulations. But also you do online courses, so that basically any child anywhere in the world can access the Logi School courses.
Absolutely, but I would like to convert this conversation to a little bit other angle, because since we started here in Costa del Sol 2019, I did my market research. What's happening in education in Costa del Sol? What I saw, there were over 40 private schools with hundreds of kids. So that means for me that parents living in Marbella and in Malaga, they want the best possible education for their kids. And they invest in the future of their kids. That's perfect. But once they graduate from secondary, what they are applying for? They going abroad to, international universities, Cambridge, Oxford, Barcelona, Madrid, Valencia, whatever, to have a good profession later, maybe after they finish their studies, and after 4 or 5 years, they're gonna look for jobs and real professions. While at the same time, we know already that Costa del Sol is converted to a European Silicon Valley. Let's just have an example. Google already invested this year over 300 million euros to set up their cybersecurity center in Malaga. So what I'm telling to parents nowadays here in Costa del Sol, what they want, they want to have the best possible education for their child, that's perfect. And the career path, what can guarantee them a well-paid 12 months steady job, then we can guide them through a learning curve where kids can get digital skills in our courses, and they can get easy access to jobs. For example, in Malaga Tech Park, it's already employing over 24,000 professionals in the tech sector, and it's increasing 10% each year. So I think it's amazing what's happening around us. And if we are aware of the fact that we have schools like Logic School available for parents, not just only in San Pedro, but with our new location in Elviria Business Center, then we are covering actually the Marbella area. So whoever comes to our courses, more than welcome, because we have free trial sessions in the afternoons. And you know what comes to my mind? That parents are coming to me and saying, you know, my kids are coming to your course with another type of mentality. They coming to work on their digital projects. They not coming, you know, with a bored face that, oh, again, another after-school activity that I have to attend because my parents said so. I'm coming to work on my project. So this is changing their mindset, and they come with an open mind. And this is the way how we are grabbing their attention with fun-based activity in the digital world. And I think this is the key to access to young talents in a digital world.
Undeniably, and obviously with these, as you say, over 40 private schools that we have here in Marbella, technology is changing so quickly. So to be able to impart this information in the school curriculum is very difficult. Hence, Logic School makes a logical progression just to make sure the kids are getting that all-rounded education. And particularly with career opportunities being so very limited on the Costa del Sol, and many parents worried that we bring up our children here, but then they have to go to university abroad, and then can they come back again to be near their families? Often not, because there just aren't the opportunities. But if we get them ready for this new world, and that they understand the technology and, as you say, the AI, and how to embrace it and use it to their advantage, the world is their oyster.
Absolutely, and just a simple sample from this summer. We've been having summer camps in the tech park in Malaga, and there was an Irish company called The Workshop called us to have an activity for the kids of the employees there. They are having like over 400 employees there. You know, they all professionals, they programmers, developers, and they wanted to find the best fit for their kids this summer. So we went there, we did our summer camps with them during 2 weeks, and after the 2 weeks, parents were already asking me, what you are planning to do during the school breaks, because I'm pretty sure my son will join again, and since these employees are already professionals and they know that how it's progressive and how does it work, and they are actually making a living out of it, then they know they can secure the future of their kids if they starting in such an early age studying digital skills and computer managing applications. So this is very important that we didn't have to convince anyone in the Malaga Tech Park because they making a living out of it. They already asking us to go and having our courses there. So now I'm changing the mindset of a typical Marbella family where they are sending abroad their kids after graduation here in Marbella. They don't have to go. We are here to support them from day number one when they turning 6 or 7, when they already know few letters, then we taking over, and through a progressive modular curriculum, after 18 years of age, they will be ready to work in such great tech companies like Google or Facebook or Amazon.
And with any luck, they'll be sitting in their beautiful luxury apartments in Marbella or their homes near their families because they've had something to stay for or come back to. You also do birthday parties. I thought that was a very cool idea. What a nice way to do something different for a birthday party. So you get all the kids in and have them like making games. What kind of things do they get up to?
Yeah, well, we launched these events a few years ago, and actually last springtime we offered for the first time here in Marbella. What we did, we developed digital escape rooms for the kids during their birthday parties. So, you know, it's type of educational and funny activity at the same time. So So they come to our classrooms, we close the doors, we hide in different codes and elements there with computers and everything, and they have to search for codes and, you know, putting together a story and saving the word, for example. So we created stories out of, you know, let's save the word of another pandemic breakout, or let's save the word because the hackers are shutting down the internet. So through different codes and thinking, they are finding our hidden treasures, and they can escape from our classrooms at the end. And obviously that's when the birthday comes, and music and cakes coming into. So this is a great fun and educational activity at the same time.
It is a wonderful alternative to do something different, and each child is different. You'll know if your child is going to enjoy something like that. Do you also teach parents, or is it just limited to the kids?
At the moment, Logischool is only having kids between 7 to 18 years of age. But I can tell you, Logischool has been so successful worldwide, and now we are already present in over 30 countries, and we teach over 180,000 kids at the same time. So at the moment, we not plan to do it for parents, but we also planning to have other type of activities, inviting parents to our classrooms, and they're gonna sit down and they're gonna do video games. They are programming video games like their kids doing. So they have a sneak peek what we are doing during the classroom. So it's a reverse day, we call it Logischool, and the parents really love it, actually.
I'm sure they do. And at United Nationalities of Marbella Summit this year, Xavi and the Logischool will be letting us, parents and kids included, get involved, so we also get to see what it's like, because even if we put, I don't understand all that, unfortunately we need to keep ourselves abreast of what's going on with our families and around us, so we can be prepared. I think the most important thing is to be prepared.
Yeah, just one word. Are we prepared for AI? What is coming, you know? And now I look at as a digital tsunami hitting the coast of Marbella and all around the world. So since ChatGPT published in November 2022, many people already started to use it. And do we have to afraid of AI? And I would say jobs will disappear, definitely. So now the labor market is changing. And now, if we have tools, how to manage and how to use properly all these AI platforms and applications, I'm pretty sure we can ride the wave of the digital tsunami instead of just being demolished on the coast.
Exactly, sort of drowning in the coast. Xavi, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to see you again. Super informative. And if you would like to know more about AI technology, how it affects us at work, school and home, sign up to this year's United Nationalities of Marbella Summit on the 16th of November here at the Palacio de Congresos. And for information on Logischool, just contact Xavi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicole, again for the opportunity.
Que sea muchas veces, may it be many times. Don't go away, we'll be back in just a moment with Lily of AAA. She's back from her holiday and looking forward to a catch-up.
Hey, hey. It's a brand new day.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Secret Garden. We welcome you.
It's a brand new day. Hey, hey.
Now, Chris Berg, he's had a career spanning the last 40 years. From his initial album back in 1982 to his first big UK hit, Lady in Red, in 1986, to songs like Missing You, Ship to Shore, Don't Play the Ferryman, here is your paradise. You'll hear them all tonight. Chris has played 130 different countries. He's just come back from a 6-week coast-to-coast tour across Canada, and he's come to see us here tonight in Marbella. He's written over 330 different songs, of which 66 were hit singles. He's written over 30 albums, 4 of them live. There are, hang on, the numbers. 30 different, of which 4 of them are live. Now, million albums worldwide. Woo! No, this is true. These are all true figures. Chris de Burgh.
So many men ask you if you wanted to dance. They're looking for a living. And now, my friends, it's time for some dancing. This is a song I recorded on my album Footsteps. You know it. I used to live there.
Last but never least, our dear Lily Van Tongeren, who has become quite a popular person in our community because she's a joyous person, but also because she just has a passion for the abandoned animals that are in our community. And there are many. This one is my boy, certainly not abandoned, but as we're going to be talking about AAA, I thought he might enjoy joining in. Lily, welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a summer.
Yes, I've been away for the whole summer.
So tell us a bit about your trip, because you got your camper van, you went off to France. Did you take all the dogs with you?
No, because at the moment, or at that time, and still do, we had 8 dogs at home, and that is too much for the camper van, and they were quite big because they were in foster from AAA. So we took 4 dogs with us.
So you did? You still took 4 with you?
We still took 4 with us. And we traveled to France, to the little house, and had a wonderful time, as well as one time we went to Holland because of some visiting friends and family. And took the dogs, of course, with us, stayed in the camping.
And no trouble going through the borders and everything with all the dogs?
None whatsoever, never been checked. Of course, all the dogs had their rabies and their vaccinations and whatever papers and passports are necessary when you travel with animals. But we've never been stopped, we've never been asked. Some camping grounds, we always had to look for camping grounds that will allow dogs, because not all of them do, but most of them will. And then when you say you've got 4 dogs, they kind of move up their eyebrows, but they will accept them. And some of them will ask if you have like a PPP dog, like a potential dangerous dog, because some of them, won't allow that. But of course we didn't have any PPPs with us, so we were welcome everywhere. And so
what was it like not being up at AAA every morning, every midday, traveling to the airport, taking the dogs to the vets? I mean, it's like, was it a rest, or did you find yourself anxious that you're so used to doing it?
No, I didn't feel anxious. I'm usually home there where I am, so I enjoyed being there. Of course, I didn't miss AAA. Thought about AAA a lot, and we've been in touch with WhatsApp. And if I could do something long distance, I would do it. But it was kind of nice to be away, to take a break, to load up the batteries, to prepare for winter coming up. And
that cruise, tell us
yes.
about that. I've never been on a cruise. Was
No.
was that your first cruise?
It was my first cruise. The person who was looking after our house and the dogs and the garden when we were away, she was available until the end of September, and normally we only go July, August. So then she said, well, why don't you bring all the dogs back? I'm very willing and lovingly look after all the dogs, and then you and Tom can go alone for the first time in a very, very long time.
A very long time.
Very long time, because wherever we go, the dogs are there. So we thought about it a lot, if we could and wanted to do that. And of course, Tom being, not all 100% very well with his heart, we decided to do a cruise, so that would be very relaxing. We would still be able to see different places and enjoy ourselves on the cruise without having to go too far away. And that's what happened.
Was it everything you hoped for?
I really didn't know what to expect, but when the first time we walked on this ship, I thought, oh my God, I've landed up in Las Vegas. It was amazing. I have never ever seen a ship this big. 3,000 guests.
Wow.
And 1,000 staff. Oh. We walked into a lobby with all kinds of beautiful lights, glass elevators going up and down from number 12 to number 1. They had a big theater with live shows every night. So we could go out to see a show every night. They had 2 swimming pools. There was games they did with the people. They did exercises in the morning to warm up. You could walk on the special walkways. There was
just everything.
Just everything.
And the food
it was
was
like
good?
a floating city. A floating city.
And the restaurant choices?
8 restaurants, 8 bars, buffet breakfasts. Of course, you cannot resist. The first few days,
I love a buffet. I just love a buffet.
And you die fantastically. Everything there. And after a few days, I said, Tom, we cannot do this because I gained 10 kilo by the time we get back. So anyway, we started eating a little bit more healthier in the buffets. But then at night we had a beautiful dinner, always a 4-course dinner in a beautiful restaurant, beautifully made, stars. Yes.
So you could recommend a cruise is a good idea.
Definitely, as an experience, it's an exceptionally nice experience.
And what was the experience like coming back? How are all the animals at the rescue centre? How many animals are at the rescue centre?
Coming back, the animals at home were fine. They were all going wild when we came back.
How lucky
of course,
to find
which is
someone
nice.
capable of looking after that many dogs.
Yes, absolutely.
She's a keeper.
Yes, I hope she comes back next year. I think she will. Well, then you dive into the same world as you left, basically. At home, it was getting used to it, having that rhythm going again. AAA, of course, has a tremendous amount of dogs. We're now, starting to prepare for the big move, which will probably be at the end of the month.
And, so it's coming up any day now?
It's coming up any day now.
Wow.
And that's going to be
that's emotional.
Be a big thing, yes. I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that everything will go smoothly.
Perhaps you could let me go and we'll come with the cameras and film the transition. It'll be like Noah and the Ark.
Yes.
Like all those animals.
Yeah, because we have to do a lot of preparation beforehand, because we have to move the animals within 1 or 2 days, because we cannot have half there and half in the other place, because there's no staff here.
Do you need volunteers and things
yes,
for
we're calling
the move?
for volunteers. They can get in touch with us through the website or through the email info@AAAmarbella.org and let us know what they want to do and when they what days they will be available. And then once we know the exact date, which hopefully will be within the next 10 days, we will let everybody know, and we have to start planning. We have to start planning groups to do the office, a group that does cats, and one that does dogs, one that does the clinic. There is so many things that need to move other than the animals that need to be carefully planned beforehand, because otherwise it's a mess. So we will have supervisors, hopefully supervisors, to guide the people and tell them this needs to be done, this needs to be done. So we're in that stadium trying to prepare.
Well, that is wonderful to see that things are moving on. But I think, not that I want to change the tone of the interview, but talking about volunteers for AAA, it was just our saddest, deepest sympathies for the loss of Susie Berman, because that was a very unexpected loss, and she was a very active member of AAA, and she will be very, very missed. So our deepest sympathies to her family and friends. And yes,
she was a dear friend. I've known her for many, many years. She's been connected with AAA for many, many years, and specifically as a committee member in the last 2 years. And she's done tremendous amount of work for AAA. We will dearly miss her. She did a lot of work with the City Hall with regards to the new building, to make sure everything
spoke Spanish, and she was very integrated.
Yes. And of course, all those years, at least 20 years, if not more, probably more, feeding the street cats in her urbanization every night with her husband and every morning, and sterilizing them, taking them in her home, bringing them to vets. She would take care of all the cats in that area, always together with AAA, and she's been a tremendous animal lover, and
sadly missed. So rest in peace,
sadly missed.
Susie, and we're all thinking about you. Dedicating this program to you and to all people like Lily and Susie who give so much for charity, for others, for the benefit of all of us. So that's really nice. If you would like to get information about AAA, do go to their website. They have all the animals basically up on the website. You can go and pay a visit, and you can always volunteer, dog walking, giving blankets, loads of things always needed. And a great way of getting involved with the community, making friends, meeting people, and just getting that warm sense of satisfaction because you've done something to help others. Well, that's it for this week, Lily. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us. If you would like to get in contact with our town hall, the email address is here on the screen. If you've got an event going on, you can actually send your information to the town hall here, to the Foreigners Department, and they will include it in their bi-weekly newsletter. We've got a great space here where you can come, have a meeting, hang out, give a course. So do keep in touch with the town hall, because they're here for us, and it's nice to take advantage of everything they offer. Well, that's it for this week. Remember to sign up for the United Nationalities of Marbella Summit on the 16th of November from 10 to 3 here at the Palacio de Congresos. And for the moment, that's it. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and join us again, please, next week for more of what's going on in Marbella right now. Bye from me, bye from Boy,
and bye from me.
You'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna